Listen, we are back. We are back. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And honey, I am back in the building. Listen, did you miss me? Okay, did you miss me? Yeah, Brand New, we missed you. Y'all know I am still recovering from the 32 hours, the 4 shifts, honey, in 2 days. Okay, y'all know Miss Robson is gangster. Okay, shout out to the 12-hour-a-day workers, the 16 hours. Okay, them type of people, honey. We about that life, leasing, and then we get on here and fool la la with y'all. Okay. And honey, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. Listen. But you guys got a whiff of that last video. You know what's funny? And if you are a creator, you will understand where I'm coming from as well. When I shoot a video, I'll be like, that's good. That's good. Or sometimes this is immediately after the video, right? I'm very intuitive. But that video with Martin and the whole colorism conversation, after I was done, I said, bitch, you got some good shit. That right there, okay, that video right there, that one is gonna take off. Okay, that was a good show. So I say that to myself. Or sometimes you guys, you know, I have bad shows. Look, y'all see those. Okay, and it just comes with the territory. There's no, well, there is a formula to this, you know, and if you do use a certain formula, you get judged, you know, for that formula. Do I give a damn? Hell no, okay? Because, baby, Miss Robson is like the old days, like the OJs. Okay? I'm like the OJs. Got to get a people what they want. Okay? They told the truth and nothing but it with that song. You gotta get a people. You gotta get a people what they want. A lot of people say they don't like certain stuff, but they like it. They lick it. Listen. Now, I was reading the comments, you guys, and I noticed some people were upset, you know, about my opinions. And I told y'all my opinions are my opinions because, quiet as kept, they are my experiences. I wish I didn't experience certain things because my mind wouldn't be, you know, the way that it is on certain things. But it is what it is. I'm not going to lie about my experiences. I'm somebody, if I keep experiencing the same bullshit over and over, I will start to look at certain stuff a certain type of way. You know, just based off of, you know, what I see. I stand 10 toes down on the whole thing of Tasha K. You know, she has something with light-skinned women where she loves saying, oh, she ain't got no man. Why she ain't got no man? Like, you know, being light-skinned is synonymous with, you know, having a man. You should just automatically have one. Don't everybody want y'all? And, you know, so, yeah, she is somebody I do consider to be like a dark-skinned Pickme. She gives that off. Very much so male identified. I also want to say this. I have nothing against the institution of marriage as well. Those of you all that are married, that are happy, you know, I understand y'all too. I don't think you're a Pickme just because you're married. I'm not one of them content creators, honey. I don't think you're a Pickme just because you know, you want a man in your life to love you, challenge you to be the best version of yourself. I don't think you're a pick me because you want to have a family. You have children with your man. Y'all want to raise the children together. I'm not that girl where I think you are a pick me because you have some proximity to a man. If that's what you want, that's what you like, I respect it, right? I am specifically talking about women, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Women that feel like having a man is the end all be all, and they are nothing without a man, or a particular man. Another dark skin pick me is Arionne Curry. I have always seen that with that girl. I have always seen that with her. And I had some people, I think I was talking to some people on Facebook about it. We was all, just having conversations about the show and, having these in-depth conversations where we are breaking stuff down, putting it in lowest terms and talking about, why Martell cheated on Melody and yada, 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 right? And I even mentioned it, then, that girl was a pick-me, because my whole thing is this man has showed you over and over again that he does not want you. He does not value you. He, he wants you now because don't nobody want him. And this is a real thing, ladies. Y'all know what I'm talking about because y'all done had exes that treated you like shit and thought that they was go drive back. Okay, shout out to Candace, honey. They thought they was go come back and get your ass ready for round 2, right? And you said, not today and tomorrow. Don't look good either, nigga. Okay? God said, go, girl. Absolutely. Okay? Shout out to Melody. Yeah. But, like I said, Arionne on that bitch all that time. Low self-esteem. She don't feel good about herself. I'm not one of these people that's about to start saying, well, Martell just really loved her. I think that, and then we can also add this conversation of Arionne was more feminine than Melody, and Melody is masculine because she works all the time. Like this conversation with the three of these people have grew legs, feet, hair. Like people are just breaking down all the logistics of it, right? But this girl, Arionne, in my opinion, you may feel different. She is the definition, the literal definition of a dark-skinned pick-me. You had multiple times to get off the goddamn boat. You saw the motherfucking boat was sinking. Okay, you saw the motherfucking, your captain putting holes in the goddamn boat. You saw him do it. And that's what some of them will do. They will sit back and see that man doing all of that, see him trying to sink his wife with the revenge pee and help him, okay? And will help him do it. I've seen a woman like Arionne look, they don't look similar. They don't look similar, but, they share the same color, we'll just say that. But, and I'll give Arionne a little bit more than Homegirl, because this girl I'm talking about gives Goodwill, Dollar Tree. Look, the fashion, honey, ain't nothing wrong with Dollar Tree now, okay? But it's the fashion. We have seen Arionne in her poor, pathetic 2 hairstyles, the bun and the bob, honey, okay? At least the girl try to do a little something. She don't put makeup on all the time, as she should, but she don't. But she, you can just tell when somebody puts in a little bit more effort. We will say that. So I had to give it to Arionne over her, because when Arionne is dressed up, like in some of her dresses, she does look nice. She does look sexy. I'll give her that. I will. She ain't fucking with Melody. Okay, but we ain't talking about Melody. Absolutely. Keep me out of it, brand new. She'll hood mother. And Melody don't want nothing to do with her. Y'all know Miss Robinson is a fool. I always got to bring Melody and Miss Van into it. But Arionne, yeah, she's a pick me. She's like exactly what I'm talking about. I took her nigga with my eyes closed. What else did she tell us, guys? Martell wanted somebody younger. That's when she thought that her being younger was the ultimate, because that can't be true, because Martell went over there to Sheree, who was older, and Sheree killing you. Face, body. I didn't even think Sheree was all that pretty though back in the day. That's why I used to look at her like, bitch, you don't look no better than Nene. Okay, Sheree always kind of gave in the beginning trans. We'll just say trans. She kind of looked like that in the face, baby. Now Sheree came a long way. She looked good. But I just never thought Sheree. I was like Peter. I think Peter even said it. And Peter was like, Cynthia's ex-husband that has reported to prison, honey. Shout out to Peter. Knock that out, Peter, and then you pay them people they damn money, Peter, and stop playing. Okay, Rob and Peter to pay Paul, honey. If Rob and Peter to pay Paul was a person, it would be Peter Thomas, honey. Okay, and he's still over there dragging poor Cynthia. I know Cynthia like, honey, I'm mad I gave that niggas some of my housewives check for him to get on there and act a fool and drag me after the fact. That's fucked up, right? When you help a nigga out and he out here talking bad about you. He done said some more shit, but we'll get to it. We will circle back, honey. I'ma drive back. Okay? But yeah, back to Arionne. She was the one bragging, you guys. That's why I never synced it. Shout out to Moses. I never synced it for her. And that's why I would drag her ass. Y'all would be, Miss Robinson, don't talk about her. You know, you just saying that. And this is another thing that I hate with the whole colorism conversation. I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to take it back, okay, Heavenly? I feel like some of y'all dark-skinned women, y'all feel like y'all can say whatever to people. And then when somebody says something the fuck back, all of a sudden you get in your victim bag and, well, it's because of my color. No, bitch. It's because of your motherfucking actions. So if you want me to think good of you, bitch, be a nice bitch. Okay? But don't be, oh, I'm going to say what I want to say and then she ain't going to say shit. I'm not that type of bitch. Okay? This is not that, and I am not her, okay? So, yeah. And some of y'all be thinking y'all can bully people, and yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna and you go get cussed the fuck out. My one friend, honey, I'll never forget, he was like, Brandy, I didn't know you had it in you. I said, what you talking about? The way you just cuss her the fuck out? Because, bitch, you don't come starting shit with the queen. The queen bothers no one. The queen is to herself, and that bothers people. And that's how I know a lot of people are toxic, you guys, because if me being quiet bothers you, then that means you worship chaos, confusion, okay, destruction, deplorable behavior. A lot of people worship that. So if they get around you and you're quiet, it's, oh, she thinks she's better than everybody. Who the fuck does she think she is? She's not speaking to me. Why do you need so much motherfucking attention and validation? Okay? So, and if your mother did not raise you, you need to raise yourself. Okay? So, yeah, let that hit the back of your throat, honey. If your mother did not raise you, then you need to spend some time reparenting yourself. Get yourself together. Stop being bothered by people that are quiet. Now, if somebody comes around trying to fight you, talking shit to you, then that's behavior, that, of course, is disrespectful and inappropriate. But if somebody is quiet and you immediately make it about your damn skin color and oh, they think that they're better than me, and they think because they look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because some dark-skinned women are like that. If they are in proximity to you and you're not really speaking to them, and it's because you're just a quiet person, very introverted to yourself, Um, and a lot of people, y'all have to keep in mind, just because they are extroverted online, it don't mean that they are like that in real life all the time. They don't walk around on all the time, in this, hyper mode and talking. And, everybody is not gregarious in that way. So, yeah, but yeah, y'all got to stop with that. Because I went through that, too. Hell, honey, I got PTSD from a few things, and it's like when you keep having the same experiences over and over again, it's like, honey, it really must be this way. And it really shouldn't be. But yeah, we got to get our confidence together, ladies, our self-esteem. Stop taking things so personal. Stop thinking that I need to snake this bitch before she snake me. A lot of y'all don't hold other women to a standard. Like, if a woman looks more like you, you don't see her as a threat, so you don't try to bother her, you don't try to bully her. But if you are in proximity to a light-skinned woman, you want to compete with her. She's the enemy, she's the target, she's the threat. We got to stop that. Okay? And like I said, everybody does not share this opinion. This is, based on my experiences. I've had some positive encounters with dark-skinned women. I do want to point that out, where we got along, where, we laughed, kikied, kicked it, had deep, meaningful conversations. They were confident. It wasn't no negative, hot and cold energy, between us. I did feel seen. I did feel heard. I did feel respected. There were some experiences I had where it was the dark-skinned women that embraced me, maybe over the light-skinned women or, other women. So, every experience is different. So there has been some positive. I don't want you all thinking that, oh, well, she has something against dark-skinned women. I don't. It's just I've always tried to come into situations, being myself. I don't flirt with other people's men, even women that I, don't even know. If I find out they got a girl, I immediately stop talking to them. I'm not her. But I also shouldn't be held accountable for your man trying to talk to me, or it's not my fault, and that whole thing. So yeah, because I've had situations where women will blame me, after finding out their man tried to talk to me, because it's my fault. Of course, I'm the bad person, right? Well, what do they see in you, and what do they see in you? Okay, you don't talk about the queen. I remember I heard some bitch say that. What they see in me? Look, was that a read? I don't feel red. Okay, like, what you talking about? Oh, you don't see all this? Okay, Miss Robinson. Okay, is that girl? Listen, let's get to these damn comments, honey. Child, I am on some nigga time today, on that CP time, child. Okay. Let's get to these comments about True T. True T never said she didn't like males. She was doing commentary on events in the beginning. She's a true content creator, giving her honest opinions. Empress always plays defense and keeps mess going on YouTube. She throws the rock and hides her hands. You are seeing the real Empress. I was a bit shocked, you guys, because that's not her image, y'all know the content creators that talk shit. They could be a little messy, that they are like multi-dimensional. Because some people kind of give you that same neutral commentary every time. Over here, honey, it's a roller coaster. We up, we down. Look, we got a bipolar relationship, honey. It's very polarizing over here. Some days you love me, you may hate me, you may unsubscribe, you coming right back. You drive back, right? It's all over the place, right? And I think that makes for a good content creator to be just say it like it is, and just don't give a fuck. People like Erica De Niro, she don't give a fuck. And I think we all love it. Color Me Pink, she don't give a fuck. For It's Rock, she don't give a fuck. Bondi ain't never gave a fuck, okay? Always was herself. So, who else? I follow so many people. Lovely T.I., you notice that with her. She could be very professional and talk a certain way, but she'll check your ass too. You know what I'm saying? It's so many for me to remember. What is that girl's name? Spiritual Whistleblower. If I Don't Give a Fuck was a person, it would be a spiritual whistleblower. She don't know fuck. She'll cut your ass out. Jessie Woo, that's another one of my faves. Jessie don't give two fucks. Okay? Who else don't give a fuck? Where my girls at? Okay? Where my girls at that don't give... Y'all know Marva right here don't give a fuck. Just go say that shit. And that's what make you fuck with me. Because it's like, damn, bitch, I wasn't expecting that. I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't counting on you to say it. Oh, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Yeah. Honestly. Okay, let me get back. It was somebody else I was thinking of that just don't give a damn. Okay, it was somebody else. I can't think of them. Oh, True T, she another one. You could tell by the tone, like how she read people. She don't give a damn. I didn't get that from Empress. I got she spoke a certain way and she didn't really curse, and all my girlies I just named, we some cussing folk. I used to cuss so much that people was in my comments begging me. And of course I've had men say, well, but you shouldn't curse. And this is the thing, you guys, with the cursing. A lot of you all go around saying and doing evil shit to people. And then when you hear a curse word, you act like you hear gunshots outside, right outside your goddamn window. You're like, oh my God, it's so violent. I'm looking at your behavior and it's very violent. The cheating, the triangulating, the disrespect, the ghosting, the stealing, just all the other toxic shiggity that a person can do. So have y'all ever experienced that from certain people where they are so offended by cursing, but they do evil, demonic shit, and they don't care? Like Martell, for instance, okay? He be over there trying to get revenge on Melody for shit that he done did to her, okay? So that's what I'm talking about, just evil, just try to act like they a good guy and try to get out of taking accountability. No. I've had people in my past say to me, well, don't you feel bad for what you did to so-and-so? Hell no. We for the most part, we don't do shit that we regret. If I did it, I meant to do it. Well, you hurt such and such feelings, and, okay, and your point is, I meant to, then you hurt my damn feelings, so why is it a goddamn crime when you get the same goddamn treatment that you tried to give me, okay? So, hell no. Okay? So, why should I feel, and that's how you know you're dealing with people with some personality disorders, because they really feel like they can disrespect the hell out of you. You better not say or do anything back. You better get the fuck out my face with that, okay? Because you'll fuck around and find out the hard way. Fucking with Miss Robinson, y'all know I don't play that. Now, I done went off on a tangent, so let me get back. Listen. Let's get back. Let's see. I was talking about Empress, So there's a couple of other content creators like her. They're very neutral in tone and, So another person says, just black women pitted against each other is just sad. I'm not feeling that comment. It's not that we've been pitted against each other. This ain't a black woman issue. We as black people been pitted against each other from the beginning of time. We can't blame it on that when we participate. Everybody, if I get on here and tell you my experience about some bullshit I went through with a dark-skinned woman, that's my experience. You can't. This is another thing that I notice people doing is if you're a light-skinned woman, and you haven't had a whole bunch of positive experiences with dark-skinned women, as soon as you say your experience, it's both of y'all. When did it become both? I'm just saying my experience. I'm not going to apologize for certain experiences that I had with people. I wish they would stop, but it's like a goddamn merry-go-round. It's something that's bound to happen. And it's something, like I said before, I think that a lot of dark-skinned women, they don't love themselves. They have some serious self-hatred issues. It is not all of you. Nor did I ever say it was all of you, but it's some of you. A lot of self-hatred issues. And then you blame everybody but the person in the mirror. Okay? Because there are people out here that, guess what? If that woman looks closer to them, they don't bother her. But they will target the light-skinned woman. Same thing with the men at work. They will target, bully, harass, sexually harass, just like what Tisha Campbell went through with Martin. We'll say allegedly. But, Tisha Campbell went through all of that. But people will say, yeah, but Martin punished Tashina Arnold's character Pam, and he treated her horribly just because he talked about the texture of her hair. No, that is a black colloquialism. We have BDBs. I got some right now as I'm talking to y'all. Okay? So it's, a light-skinned woman is a black woman. She gets mistreated. She gets sexually abused. She gets pedestalized, and I've met women, you guys, where they I've been asked, are you mixed? And I remember this one girl, I said, no, I'm black. She was like, good, I could be your friend now. Huh? Say what? I've been around women where, yeah, I'm not going to introduce you to my boyfriend. I don't want him anywhere around you. Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm literally every boyfriend I got you could be around. And because I know if they leave with you and not me, then they the problem. I know that, but that has been an experience, so when you go through all of this, it's sad, but I don't think anybody should dismiss it and say, y'all should be better. This is not a y'all issue. I'm calling some shit out because this is my experience. That's another thing I'm lightweight tired of is when you get some shit off your chest, when you say how you really feel about something, it becomes you just got to learn to get along with people. They kind of blame you for what other people put you through. That's not right. And saying, you don't have it bad, or you don't, I don't believe nothing that you're saying. And no. So another person, TT had an opinion which was in support of Tisha and against Mel. When TT saw the entire cast, including Tisha, gang up on Mel, she switched her support from Tisha to Mel. TT never liked any other cast member. Another person, Martin and Pam's on-screen banter was epic. Pam had better jokes than Martin, and they were not scripted. They were friends in real life before the show. The show was epic, and whomever says different is on DOPE. Another person says, I unsubscribe to all of them. My nerves can't take this mess. Another person says, no lies told, because she didn't like Mel in the beginning, because I remember how nasty she used to talk about Mel. See, I was unfamiliar with that. I thought she always. That's why you got to ask people, like, you know, whatever you have a real question on, because I would have always thought, you guys, she was a male supporter. So I was shocked to hear True T speaking like that. But she didn't say nothing too bad. You know, that's her opinion. That's how she saw it. A lot of people had that opinion. I never thought that Melody was trying to mess up the Scott's marriage. If you look close enough, both marriages are fucked up. And it's not Melody's fault. And it's not a situation where Melody just want them to be in a burning house because she was in one. This is the problem with Tisha and Kimmy. They think because they niggas do things differently than Martell, then they are so much better than Martell. Birds of a feather flock together. And I do believe Melody when she said, yeah, I didn't go through all of this until we started hanging with y'all. The Holt started hanging with the Scotts. I believe that for Melody. Them men are not innocent. That girl came out and spoke on Marceau, and you got Latifah up in this new episode talking about, she tried to deflect, and Miss Nail caught that shit. And Miss Nail now sees what Melody went through with Tisha and Kimmy. Miss Nail, I believe, really sees what Melody went through with Tisha and Kimmy, where they could sniggle and giggle and talk about her relationship with Martell, but as soon as you have one fucking question about if they niggas is cheating on them, they deflecting, they changing the subject, they trying to talk about some other shit. I feel like I'm very sick of Tisha and Kimmy and their double standards on the show. And for Kimmy to get her ass in that new interview and say, well, everybody has to take the heat, or, you know, they got to get out of the kitchen. Bitch, please. You and Maurice scared to be in the kitchen. Scared to have a real conversation. Your son just came out and said he don't even see your nigga as a father figure. He sees his brother, who is not in the household, more as a father figure. Kimmy, that's a problem. And no wonder you over there rolling over and taking it. But honey, look, that's a story for another day. But yeah, that just pissed me off. Then she tried to act like she was on her son's side. Well, if you're not reaching out to him, if you're not reaching out to Jalen, he ain't gonna reach out to you. And Maurice is very hands off. Maurice, we knew Maurice was hands off when he was trying to get you to raise his son. We knew that up in the damn cabins, in the damn mountains. We knew that then when y'all didn't go on no damn honeymoon. We knew he wasn't about shit then. Him wanting to move Kiowa and her husband there. He wanted them there so they could take care of Monster and he could take credit for it. Because remember, he paid off the house, you know, for them to stay at and all of that. So he want everybody to raise his son. I done been with one of them types. I want everybody else to take care of my son while I financially take credit for it. That's what it gives. Okay, let me get back to these comments. Empress always said she was not a mellometer, that she was not in a group. Love your channel. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Another person says, when I tell you, I unsubscribe to a lot of content creators who keep up drama and negativity. Why? Another person says, the album release party event on True T's website was all of that. Good for her. True T handled her business. I don't think they want any more of that smoke. Another person says content creators should be able to share their own opinions. Adults should be able to agree to disagree. That would eliminate lots of drama. Yeah. Another person says, I see TT and Empress as the same. They are both doing everything to get to the bag. I don't think they have an allegiance to anyone. Another person says, TT do not have a problem with MSR. I wish these people would stop with the shenanigans for real grow up. Child, I'm so sick of this this cheap ass phone I got, child. I can hear my daughter now. Mommy, just get the phone already. My daughter, honey, she's a Virgo, honey. They don't play that. They don't, they don't play that. Cancer, look, Cancer is the economical one. Virgo is, I'm willing to pay all this money for, for this, but the Cancer, honey, be trying to make that deal, and we be trying to get some bang for our buck. We be trying to like save money, okay? Because I'm very frugal, and my daughter be like, "Why won't you just buy? Why won't you just buy certain stuff? It's okay, mommy. You work hard." I know, Shammy. I don't know what I'm gonna do without my baby, you guys. When she go to college, I'm gonna be like, "Shammy, I'm gonna need you to fix this. Could you come help your mammy out, honey?" I went to Shammy's room the other day, y'all. I forgot what I needed fixed. When I tell you my daughter fixed that shit in 5, 4, 3, 2, it was done. It was I was like, God damn, the hell I'm gonna do without my kid, honey. Okay, another person says, "I'm over this light skin versus dark skin thing." I didn't like this comment. Ugh. As soon as I seen it, I was like, ugh. Don't be over it. This is life. You can't be over people's experiences. And I think that certain people feel like if you talk about stuff, you're adding to it. We have to have real conversations. We can't keep sweeping stuff under the rug, okay? "I am dark skinned and it never stopped me from anything. I have a good husband and a beautiful daughter and a happy life." You probably do. A lot of people do. But that doesn't mean that me, saying my experience is wrong, or if a dark-skinned woman comes out and says, light-skinned women always made her life a living hell, that's not wrong either. Everybody is saying their experiences. And you guys, I feel like it's dangerous to keep sweeping stuff under the rugs. I feel like we talk about everything else, and we have to, I kind of feel like I have to anchor myself as a voice, because there is a lot of one-sided commentary on YouTube about colorism, about how dark-skinned women are always the victims, and no, you don't really hear anybody talking about their experiences as a light-skinned woman being fetished. A lot of men marry women that look nothing like us, and then they get around us and they think that we are their girlfriend. We are here to be on the side, or they want to use us to try to replace their old lady. Like, it's a lot with that. And I didn't realize until, I think it was 2022, like I said, that last job I was at, where I watched how they treated other women. They didn't treat other women the way they did me. Everybody was always worried about where I was at. Everybody trying to get an extra hug in, and, trying to, just saying hi to somebody will, and if I just try to leave and walk away and go do something else, why you walk so fast? Why you can't stay and talk to me? That type of energy going through that. It's a lot, and sometimes I still look at it like, damn, I just signed up to work a job. I didn't think I would be going through all of that. So that's how I was like, yeah, I have to learn to work another way. I can't just be physically at a location around certain people. Because it's exhausting. I think certain men and women feel like if everybody wants you, that's a good thing, or if everybody likes you, that should make you feel so good. No, it's uncomfortable for, men to be looking at you with these googly eyes and making all these sexual comments to you, and, that's uncomfortable. then it's uncomfortable to be around women that hate you for no reason. That's always doing something negative to you to get some type of attention, to create conflict, to try to sabotage you. That's exhausting. But that's my experience, so I can't take back my experience. I would never ask you to take, yours away. Okay, so somebody said the family is angry because people pour into TT and will donate to a cause, something they can't do. That successful GoFundMe generated by TT has them shook, in my opinion, allegedly. Not allegedly, honey. So another person says the album release event was all that. True T handled her business. I asked, is the family a real group though? Empress denied that. Another person says, I see my other message got deleted when I named names of the people who came for True T. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. Okay, I didn't. Mm-mm. I will only delete stuff. I didn't delete anything. Okay, I didn't delete anything. As long as you are respectful, I'm good. Okay. Honey, I forgot I was recording. Forgot I looked up and saw the recording button, honey, okay? Okay. So I messaged you back. Another person says, exactly, TT does her thing, and a lot of content creators want to block her. If Empress doesn't like someone, then you're her foe. If you do like them, Empress has a little girl attitude. She's a pathological liar. Just watch her and listen to her, and you'll see she's a big liar. Another person says, well, it seems like now that Melody is off the show, some of the content creators that acted like they were for Melody seem to side up with the content creator that was against Melody. But everyone seems to think it's a True T problem. Melody never said she had a problem with her. She's so, girl, I can't talk. She showed support about her channel. She reached out to Be Blue to help her get her channel back. Bondi Blue. That's what y'all talking about. I was like, Be Blue? Who the hell is that? I wondered if my retainers I wonder if my retainers has anything to do with me like struggling to talk. Y'all put that in the comments if you dealt with that. That may be something. Another person, not True T. True TT loves Mel, has given her a going away party, wrote a beautiful song for Melody that fits Melody to the max. Bottom line, Empress continues to keep this mess up. Hence, if you go back on Empress content, you will realize that she doesn't like Mel. Empress got pissed at Melody because she assisted True T in getting her channel back up. Another person says, yes, on the subject of Martin, he was not colorist, and Pam was beautiful, and that was clear on the show. Yeah, I definitely feel, though, that Martin had a preference. I definitely feel like he wanted Gina to be light-skinned, the character, because he kept coming at Tisha saying, you gotta be my girlfriend, you gotta be my girlfriend, and then look at all the wives and girlfriends after Tisha. So there is some type of preference that he has. I don't feel like you're a bad person for having a preference. I think you are a bad person when you put other women down and uplift your preference, putting them on a pedestal and the other women in a pit. That's what I think is the problem. But I think, like I said, I had my time where I just only dated dark skinned guys. That's all I wanted. If you was not chocolate, I didn't give a damn how yellow, how green your eyes was. I didn't care nothing about that. But I think we all have our preferences and shouldn't be judged on that, right? It looked like some of y'all talked about the Tony and Tamar. Yeah, Tamar is crazy. Tamar is crazy. So one person says, that's very rich reach. When AKA light skinned woman brought her the lawsuit against Martin in 1997 for sexual harassment, and their scenes were separated. We saw it played out on the show. I didn't understand that comment. So another one. So as a young girl, you were bullied and teased because you had light skin, wavy, good hair. No, I never said that. If you really hear what I say about dark-skinned women, it's a lot of times it had to do something with a fucking man. Honestly, it seemed like. Honestly. And I was passed by and bullied because I had dark skin, thick lips, nappy hair. Nina Simone wrote a song describing the violent darkness women, me. And I don't pity myself, nor do I insult any other female of color, light or dark, because of how I was mistreated in the past. That's you. But there are plenty of them that do that. And I think that, I will also say, I really do think that there are some dark-skinned women, they don't want to hear light-skinned women experiences with them. They don't want to hear what we have to say. It's like, yeah, you went through that, but let me say what I went through, which, so you can dismiss what I'm talking about, what I've been through. So a lot of y'all do that. Another person, I always felt like Martin had a lot of leading men presume they have access to their colleagues off camera as they do on camera. That's a persistent problem. Another person, in the beginning, TT did down talk. She did talk down on Melody, and when I unsubscribed to her channel, then she flipped supporting Melody. That's when her audience grew. I did enjoy her commentary. It was funny, hitting the truth. It's sad content creators can't just do their thing without tearing another content creator down. There's enough money out here for everybody. Stop this crabs in a barrel mentality. Another person says TT didn't like Mel until it became profitable to jump on the bandwagon. TT changed up. True T is toxic and angry and takes the fun out of her content. Another person says, hi, brand new. TT said what she said around season 4. And I thank you for your clarity. I love when y'all get in the comments and provide clarity to me, because sometimes I'm just really not clear, or I'm not going to get on here and be lying to y'all. If I don't know something, y'all know. I will say I don't know, because y'all kind of tell me, is this old? Is this new? So. Another person says, you sound like a hater. That's just not true. This is why content creators are losing numbers talking foolish. If I speak the truth and you unsubscribe, that's a you problem. That's like people saying, I'm going to unsubscribe. These same people, though, most content creators will tell you they'll be right back on the channel. Right back. They could get blocked. They will be right back. So, if you unsubscribe to people because they are being their true, authentic selves, if you unsubscribe to people because you don't like their experiences, you are so offended by how they feel, right? By their experiences, that's a you problem. Has nothing to do with me or anybody else. thank you all, though, that support, you know, what I'm saying. You may feel different. Your experience may have been completely different than mine, but you still listened to what I had to say. And you didn't try to make me feel bad about my experiences. You embraced them. And you allowed a safe space for me to, you know, for me to express myself, and you didn't get it, you know, offended and make it about you. We have to like stop with that type of energy. That's not loving. You know, it's not loving. Um and Miss Robinson go tell the truth and shame the devil. Look, each and every time, honey, okay? And on that note, I was gonna talk about something else, you guys, but it'll have to wait to the next video, because honey, this is way too long.